Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us here at WCBN Sports Radio. My name is Ryan Dolson, joined here by Adam Bressler for what is sure to be an incredible game for the Michigan Wolverines as they take on the Lipscomb Bison. Adam, how you doing here today?
I'm doing great. We had one fantastic game already under our belts. The women's team won pretty handedly earlier this afternoon.
By about 30.
Yeah, I think it was 28 points was the final margin. Still a huge dub.
Oh, yeah.
Hoping that the men's team is able to match as well, coming in against its out-of-conference opponent as the Wolverines welcome the Bisons into Ann Arbor.
Oh, yeah. Very interesting. I'm noting on my notes, they're not the Bisons, it's just Bison.
Oh, really?
I don't know what the plural for Bison is, I suppose.
The stat sheet the athletic office gave us says Bison.
Indeed,
so
it does.
They must have gotten it wrong.
We're about 2.5 minutes from tip-off, of course, after tip-off.
2.5 minutes from the anthem.
From the game. Yeah. We'll have the national anthem, of course, and then the game will start. Sure to be an explosive game. Wolverines are 6-3 coming into this game, 1-0 in Big Ten, coming off their conference opener on the December 8th at Minnesota, where they handily took care of business, winning 90-75.
Oh, it was a huge win, and I think that score is almost understating Michigan's performance.
For sure.
For the first time all season, they finally were able to fire on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Offense, they were making their shots. Defense, they were getting rebounds and blocks. Minnesota inched back into it late in the game, but Michigan looked, for the first time, I think, since the tournament last season against Tennessee, they looked complete. It was really odd. It's a great sight to see if you're a Michigan fan, but not what we have become used to so far this season. Already with 3 losses, this season is only a month and a half in. Not exactly what you want as a Michigan fan.
No. Rough losses to Arizona State on November 17th against Virginia on November 29th, and of course the London game in Kentucky on December 4th. Kentucky's a great team. Michigan kept it close but could not pull it off.
Well, it was the same story with Virginia, too. Both of those teams were ranked in the top 15. Virginia was 3rd, actually, when they came to Crisler.
I think I saw
Michigan,
Virginia's.
in both cases, kept it within 3 points at the end and just was unable to finish. They made their shots when needed, but just couldn't capitalize and couldn't close the briefcase.
Indeed. This is part 2 of an incredible doubleheader. So many great games happening today. Of course, you got some great NFL highlights happening. Vikings were getting blown out by the Colts, but last time I checked, it was only a 2-possession game with 11 minutes left, so never know what's going to happen there. Of course, you got a lot of great college football bowl games and lots of classic college basketball games as well, including several in play. Indiana got absolutely demolished by Kansas. So, thank you so much again for joining us here at Crisler Center. We are going to have the national anthem is going to be happening in just a moment, so please stick around. We'll be back with you as soon as after that anthem happens.
As they stand to demonstrate their fight for unity and inclusion with the playing of Lift Every Voice and Sing. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening Please remain standing, remove your hats, and join as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Active duty and veterans may keep their caps on while rendering the military salute as the anthem is performed today by the Michigan Alumni Band.
Welcome back to WCBN. That was a beautiful rendition of the national anthem as we prepare for the starting lineups of this matchup. Joined by Ryan Dolson. We got a great game ahead of us, so thank you for tuning in.
That was beautifully played by, of course, the alumni band here. Not a whole lot of students still left on campus. It is just about the end of the semester. As you mentioned in the previous game, which I wasn't actually aware of, is that technically some teachers, some classes do have finals on Monday. I personally don't know any classes that are like that. But
Coley actually has an exam on Monday.
Really?
So
oh no! I'm so sorry.
One of our fellow commentators who did the women's game with us is actually studying right now for an exam coming up in 2 days.
Regardless of if you have any assignments or if you have any finals left, best of luck, and thank you for taking a study break here with us at Crisler Arena. Getting the flow. The game starts here at our 4 p.m. tip-off. What are you expecting to see from this Wolverine squad here today?
My main thing is, can they keep up what they brought against Minnesota the other night? That was such an incredible matchup, an incredible performance on the road, no less, opening up the Big Ten slate. I want to know, was that a fluke or is this consistent, and has this Michigan team started to turn a corner?
Lipscomb coming into this game 7-4. Have not started up conference play in the Atlantic Sun just yet. We're getting around that point where conference starts and the season really starts kicking into gear. These are the games that really start to matter, especially when it gets towards March. You got to work through some of those early mistakes, some of those early kinks, and get going into the team that you need to be heading in to the tail end of the season. Michigan, of course. Today is Saturday. On Wednesday, I believe, the Wolverines will be doing a, I put in air quotes, road game, a neutral site game against North Carolina. That is going to be in North Carolina for the, it was the Jordan Invitational. That was what it was called?
The Jumpman Invitational.
Jumpman Invitational.
It's operated by Michael Jordan. It's in Charlotte where he lives. He owns the NBA team that plays in that stadium. They're playing in the Bobcat Stadium. So it's going to be an interesting environment, to say the least. It's technically a neutral site.
But not really.
Not really. It's in Charlotte, North Carolina. There's going to be a lot of fans from Chapel Hill coming on down.
You got to imagine some Wolverine fans, some Wolverines on the team are looking towards that game. Some Wolverines may be looking towards that game, maybe underestimating Lipscomb here, but you got to take care of what is directly right in front of you. I'm sure they're thinking about that North Carolina game. They're getting excited about it. They're ready for it. But Lipscomb Bison might not be the pushover that some people.
So we do have the starting lineup. McDaniel starting today. Kobe Buffkin, Jet Howard, Terrence Williams, and Hunter Dickinson.
Of course.
I'm from Washington, D.C., and it's pretty incredible to see 3 of the 5 starters come from D.C. or Virginia, right in the suburban area.
Indeed.
So it's a really special thing. On Lipscomb, we got Will Pruitt, Trey Binham, Darren Boyd, Jacob Ognanovic, and Asan Asadullah starting for the Bison.
Indeed. Where is Lipscomb located?
I believe it's in Nashville. Nashville,
okay.
Tennessee.
You told me before the game started. I may have somewhat forgotten already. But we got our pregame hype video. Tip-off coming in just under a minute. This game is sure to be electric. Pretty good turnout, I have to say, for a Saturday late afternoon game, I think we're going to call it, despite the fact that it is already winter break for very good majority of students. So, but lots of people here. We got the classic alumni band, decently full Maze Rage here, and lots of people surrounding us.
Yep.
Crowd certainly going to be a factor here.
Interesting uniform choices. Wolverines in all black, black tops, black pants, black socks with Maze lettering and Maze numbering.
I like it. It looks good.
Lipscomb, on the other hand, is wearing off-white, purple, like what's that called? Purple piping, maybe?
I suppose.
And then purple letters and numbers. Kind of odd because their colors, it's like Minnesota Vikings colors. It's Lakers colors.
Indeed. Here we go. Tip-off. Number 1, Hunter Dickinson, getting ready for the tip-off for the Wolverines, going up against number 23 for Lipscomb, Asan Asadullah.
Dickinson even towers over
Asadullah. And the Wolverines will win the tip-off. That's number 7, McDaniel, with the ball, taking the ball up court, passing it over to Hunter. Williams with the ball, dribbling it around. Wolverines looking for the open man, looking for the play to get going, passing it over to number 2, Kobe, who will lose the ball, but it will stay here over on the Wolverine side. Lipscomb got a hand on it, knocked the ball out of his hands, putting it out of bounds. Wolverines passing the ball in. Still 10 seconds left on the shot clock here.
Not a ton of time, but you could still draw up a play.
For sure, they passed it all the way to the back to Terrence. 5 seconds coming, number 13 on Wolverine still looking around, and he takes the shot, not going to go in, hitting the back. Lipscomb with the rebound. That was Jet Howard on that shot there. Lipscomb going up to the ball. Hunter Dickinson loses his man, but Lipscomb missing the layup. Excuse me. Wolverines with the rebound. Getting set up here. Kobe with the ball.